Hey there, I am back with another deck review, and today we're going to be looking at Tavern on the Green Ivory Edition from Theory11. This deck is the second version of one of my favorite Theory11 decks of all time, the original all-green Tavern deck from 2019. But for this one, artist Kevin Cantrell created a brand new color of the deck that, to me, managed to improve on an already outstanding design. The deck itself is a tribute to one of the most iconic restaurants in New York City, one that's set in the middle of Central Park. Tavern on the Green was actually originally built as a sheepfold back in 1870 to house 700 Southdown sheep, and it wasn't until 1934 when Robert Moses led an effort to transform the park that the restaurant was born. Over the years, it's gone through many owners, even closing for a period, but it reopened in 2014 to rave reviews, and today is one of the most popular spots in a city that's filled with dining destinations. A part of their branding efforts over the years included an engagement with Kevin Cantrell Studios, where Kevin helped design new logos, menus, and yes, a deck of cards to match. And thus the original Tavern deck was born. But let's check out the newest addition to the line, Ivory. So we'll start off by looking at the tuck box, and this is where I think the biggest improvement from the original deck was made. The tuck box was printed by Studio on Fire, who does all of the Theory11 decks. Tuck boxes are always a highlight, and that's in large part to Studio on Fire's ability to achieve just some absolute precision foiling and embossing, and you can see that all over the place on this one. Now, unlike the original deck that used green foil against a matte green tuck box, this one uses the ivory tuck, and it allows that green and gold foil to really have a lot more contrast and pick up a lot more details that could otherwise have been missed in the original one. I think it's a great improvement, and you can really see all of the ornate details that Kevin Cantrell is known for just popping out all over the place. Of course, in the center here, you get the Tavern on the Green logo, the TOTG, in the middle of this sort of twist of vines all over the place. Beautiful look to it. The two sheep propped up on either side, a tribute to the time when the Tavern on the Green was a sheepfold originally. And then lots of beautiful scroll work and detail work, all done in that bright green foil and gold accents. Beautiful look to it overall. You can see Tavern NYC and then the light Theory11 branding up there at the top. Love the look of this one, and like I said, that ivory colored tuck case really helps those details stand out even more. Turning to the sides, on one side just has playing cards there in the middle of some sort of architectural elements. Other side has Tavern kind of woven into the vines there, and then Tavern on the Green. And then the bottom, you get some ad copy for Kevin Cantrell Studios and Theory11 with a stylized Theory11 logo there. And then the top, once again, features that vine work with Tavern working its way in gold foil in the middle. Back here has another view of a larger version of the Tavern on the Green logo with some banners entwined in the middle that give tribute to Central Park as well as New York, New York. And then mentions, of course, 1870 when the original sheepfold was built. And then you get the Roman numerals for 1870 down the side, and then Tavern on the Green at the bottom. Beautiful look to this one, and as you turn it in the light, you'll see those details pop out even more as you get the brightness of that green foil. Finishes out with a red and gold postage stamp style seal featuring the Tavern on the Green design logo there in the center. As you open it up, you get on the green, so it kind of folds out with the Tavern on the top to give you Tavern on the Green with that vine work. Beautiful. And then the little logos here in the center. There's a Theory11 logo over there, and some beautiful interior foil as well. See that on a lot of Theory11 decks, that beautiful pattern work, and then Tavern on the Green plate right there in the center. Beautiful look to the tuck box. Absolutely fantastic detailing and really precision foiling to make this one a truly memorable tuck box. But let's check out the cards. We'll start with the back design, and this is the other major change from the original deck. So the original deck had all green on the backs. This one uses all gold metallic inks. It's a brilliant, super shiny look to it, and you can see a lot of the same design elements that we saw on the tuck box, just sort of cut in half to allow it to be mirrored and form a two-way back design. So you get the sheep here, Tavern NYC, that little circular, almost stained glass looking element there in the center, and then beautiful scroll work all the way around. Little tributes to the past with Sheep Meadow and Central Park where the tavern's located. Just everything really combines to give that great vintage feel, upscale feel, just a really nice look to it overall. I will say I would have liked to have seen more than one color mixed in here to give this a little bit less monochromatic of a feel, but the shading and all the details are done so well that it still achieves a level of depth that's really, really impressive. Finishes out with a nice thin white poker border. Of course, USPCC, not always known for the best registrations. You'll see my deck has a little bit of that issue, but nothing too bad. All right, now turning to the cards. And you get two nearly identical Jokers. The only difference is one of them is the red Joker with the red Joker in the corner and then black Joker in the other corner. But the artwork in the center is the same. And again, all done in that brilliant gold metallic ink. Features the crowned sheep there on the sides of the Tavern on the Green logo. And then the scroll work, kind of architectural elements that sort of harken back to the Art Deco periods from the early days of the Tavern, kind of surrounding as the background. Beautiful artwork again on the Jokers, just so much ornate detail that goes into these. And then the ad cards don't skimp on the detail either. You have the Tavern on the Green ad card with the TOTG logo there in the middle, and then their website at the bottom, and the Kevin Cantrell Studios one with his crown logo there in the middle. So nice little pair of ad cards. You get 4 equal power aces. All of them are truly impressive. I will say, you know, Kevin Cantrell does a ton of detail in his cards. I love the courts, I love the back designs, but the aces are always truly magnificent, and these are some of his best. Each one of them has little banners that give tribute to parts of the tavern. This one just says Tavern on the Green with the logo. And then so much scroll work that just fills every inch of the oversized pip. You get that Art Deco style border around the edge, and then the gold metallic index in the corner with that two-tone pip, the black and gold. Red ones replace, of course, the black with the red, and then more details on this one. So this one mentions that it's built in 1870, again, when the original sheepfold was built. Here's another one, New York, Central Park with the Roman numerals for 1870. And then on the heart pip, again, Central Park West. Beautiful aces on this one, absolutely love those. Number cards kind of give a break from the over-top ornate. These are a good bit simpler, just featuring those two-tone pips, so much bolder detail on the number cards, but I think that makes them nice, easy to read. And I do like the simple styling of those two-tone pips. So you get the black and gold. The 10s do include an extra little emblem there in the center in addition to the pips. You'll see that across all the 10s. And then red and gold for your red cards. So nice kind of modern feel to these. There's another emblem in the middle of the 10. And then here's your club pips. Very clean look to them overall. I like these. And then into your hearts. So there's your number cards, all nicely done. And then we get to the courts. And if you've seen other Cantrell decks, the court style will be fairly familiar. They all feature this really thin line work as the faces on these, and then the kind of pop of color there in the clothing. Thin, elongated feeling two-way courts. And these feature some of the socialites and characters that you might have seen walking around the restaurant and patronizing the restaurant back in its early days. Beautiful looks to them, and all of them kind of given slight unique characteristics, whether it's what they're holding, the style of their hats. So like you have the golfer here, or the lady with the parasol, or the gentleman with his monocle and cane. Great looks to them, and the combination of that bright green and red pop of color with the gold metallic, I think just looks absolutely fantastic. Then move on to the diamonds. I think that's like an oar or something like that. Maybe this guy's about to go out on the water or something. Maybe a cricket bat. There's another lady with a parasol, and then a gentleman holding, I don't know if that's a microphone or a scepter or what that is. And then into the clubs, one of my favorites, you get the baseball player there as the club, and then another gentleman with a cane there, and the nice mutton chops as the king of clubs. And then finally the hearts. I love the sport themed one, so there's a tennis player as the jack of hearts, and your queen and king. Beautiful courts. Kevin Cantrell always does a fantastic job with courts, honestly, with everything. And I think this deck really just hits a home run. So much to love, and for me, an even better version of what was already a great deck with the original Tavern deck. As far as handling, these are printed by USPCC on nice thin stock, handle super well, very smooth handling, If you've handled other USPCC decks, this is going to be familiar, and no complaints on that front whatsoever. But anyway, that is it. That is the look at Tavern on the Green Ivory edition from Theory11. One that, to me, absolutely worth picking up. I will say, if you can find the original one, that one's worth picking up as well. But the Ivory edition, I think, even takes it a step further. So highly recommended. Can't say enough great things about this deck. The artwork from Kevin Cantrell and the production from Theory11 and Studio on Fire, just everything came together to make a fantastic deck. But anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe for more deck reviews, more unboxings. Let me know what else you want to see, and I'll see you for the next one.